Welcome to the brownie sesh. The milk is just going down. Let's see how things can go. This is what happens to the unbelievers. I'm not very good at this. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this goes. The brownie session. So once upon a time in Baltimore, Maryland, Those 12 young kids really liked brownies. Now there are 3. But we have more brownies. Got a like for that. Yeah, you have a piece of brownie. Why don't you? Oh, no, 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 no. Nope. One of the best 2 things you can do for skinny kids is teach them how to make brownies and teach them Dungeons and Dragons. And make sure you can't spell fans. You don't want guys spending all that money on that OnlyFans crap. Hey, thanks again. Got 2. All right, we'll do for the. Take this in 2. We had this open field at the elementary school by where we lived, and the 15 of us would all tell each other's parents we were spending the night at each other's parents, so that we all would sneak out and say, hey, I'm going over John's, I'm going over Jeremy's, I'm going over Sam's, I'm going over yada yada yada. We all end up out in the middle of the field at about, I guess it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Had some herbs and was feeling rather fun. We were 15, 16 years old. Maybe just a touch younger, maybe 14 or 15 years old. And we, we're doing stupid stuff, wrestling, arm wrestling, talking girl problems, all this and all that. For around an hour now, it's probably like 3 a.m. And all of a sudden, we start hearing animal noises. We hope they're animal noises from all around us. There's wood line on 3 sides of us, and then the school building on that 4th side. So we're basically, no one can see us from the road or anything. And so for the next half hour, we hear little chirpings and whatnot. Then all of a sudden it gets really rowdy and we start getting rushed. It's all of our older brothers who heard us planning this trip for a week or more that all decided to do the same, but camp out in the woods and wait to scare the shit out of us as we were camping out in the fields. So, any of you older brothers out there, if you want to scare the shit out of your younger brothers, I highly recommend to keep your ears perked open for when those times happen. Here it is 30 years later and I still think about it probably weekly. It gives me good reason to wake up at 1:15 in the morning for a brownie sesh. one of the one of the most interesting parts. What's that? Look at here. You see ice being made. One of the most interesting parts about that sesh was there were bats that night, and the looking up at the sky. Well, we'll flip sky right here. So there were bats that night, and when we after everything calmed down with the older brothers and whatnot, um, we everybody got all of the rowdy wrestling and doing a bunch of crap. We took my buddy's John. He was one of the only guys that had a car at this time. He was 16, obviously, and there was two Johns. One of them knew that if you threw coins in the air, that bats would swoop down because apparently their sonar can detect the coins, and they try to catch the coins before they hit the ground. So one of the older brothers, John's, decided it would be a good idea to throw John's keys up in the air. Well, we didn't have a ride home that night because the bats swooped down and caught them and kept going with them. So don't do that. But had a good brownie sesh. Thank you for joining. Probably be back at 3:30 a.m. Grab a subscribe. Thank you very much.